tight red area was really good. We're kind of competing up against the clock towards the latter parts of the game, but overall, really pleased. It was awesome to see our field goal operation. Mevis hitting a couple big field goals. I think that's going to serve us really well. And, it was a good, complete team win. Some things that we can clean up just based on kind of how we were playing it, specifically offensively in the second half. But wanted to be able to be smart, kind of keep the clock running. And so love this team. A lot of respect for Coach Bowles and that group. And, we'll move on and start getting ready for the Panthers. We did, maybe so, but we ran it. I knew we were going to only run it. We weren't going to really put them in harm's way. And so there was a possibility of that, but because of the approach, felt like it was kind of going to be similar, I guess, if you will. Lights out. Gravy on a biscuit. I like that, Nick. I think they're getting better and better, and I think that's a tremendous tribute to the way that these guys approach every single week. I think the game plans that Coach Shule and the defensive staff are putting together to really accentuate and highlight the skills of our guys. I think we're being really efficient on early downs and earning the right to be able to get into some of the different, known pass situations. But I thought they were great. What an unbelievable play. I mean, there's a ton of guys that I could highlight. Jacoby Durant continues to show just making play after play. Even at the end of the game, they had a good call on the screen where we were in a situation where we were in a pressure, and what a play by Kitch, to be able to kind of knife his way through and make that tackle. But guys came up big. I thought felt our rush. And that's a really tough offense. Hopefully Baker's going to be okay, but really pleased and proud of that group for sure. It's been awesome. We've really talked about starting fast, finishing strong. And, when we get leads like that, you are kind of playing up against the clock. But I thought we had total command and control of the football game in the first half. And then really it was about, there was a couple things that, wanted to be able to have a little bit better momentum offensively. But I got to do a better job for us collectively. But, man, it's awesome. I love the way these guys are starting. And, we got to continue that because we all know that humility is only a week or a day away. Yeah. We see what it looks like, but what does it feel like when he's like this? Yeah, I think it feels like the game's slowing down. I feel like he's in total command. I think he's got a lot of trust in the teammates that he's playing with. And there's a true ownership, and I think he's just totally and completely present, and he's really just enjoying the opportunity to compete week in and week out. Even just when he does the breakdown with the team, he loves being a part of this team. You can feel that. He instills a belief every time that we go out on the field. We feel like good things are going to happen because he's leading the way. And so I think he's getting more and more comfortable with just the skill players. You could really see, I thought that was on display tonight, but I'm really happy for him. It's a cool stat that Artis gave me, 27 touchdowns in a row without an interception, tying Tom. But he's playing great, and we'll just continue to stay in the moment, but I'm loving every second of this. Yeah. Just repetition being the mother of learning, and those guys just continuing to work together. There's a ton. I mean, these are two great players that are just accumulating experience in the midst of this season, and they've got such great football acumens, and then they've got the rare ability to be able to it's one thing to understand and to talk about it, but then they have the ability to be able to bring it to life. And so it's been special. It was an awesome job for him to get another 2 touchdowns tonight, and it's cool to be able to hit him a little bit deeper on the go ball down the right sideline, on his second one. But they've been awesome, and really I think Matthew's been awesome with all of his skill players, but especially Devontae has been cool.
You end the weekend in first place in the NFC. What do you tell the team about the position they put themselves with 6 games left to play?
Yeah, the only thing that would matter is if the season ended right now. So, do you remember who was in first place with 6 weeks left last year? Me either. So, but point I'm making, and I appreciate the question, they've done a great job through 11 games of putting themselves in this position. And when you look around this league, every single week something inevitably occurs where you're saying, I can't believe that happened. Let's stay humble. Let's stay in the moment. Let's continue to lean into our preparation, have the appropriate urgency, but also the enjoyment. This team has fun, and good football is fun. And when you're doing it with good people that you don't want to let down, that's really fun. And so want to continue to have a great week. Obviously, we got a great opponent that we're playing that's It's got a lot of momentum. I'll be interested to see how that game goes tomorrow against a division opponent, and then we'll enjoy this week of preparation, and then hopefully bring it to life when we are in Carolina on Sunday. Nice.
Longest of his career, longest in the Rams, franchise history, and longest in the NFL this season. That's something that we really haven't seen since Matthew, taking care of the ball, especially this gunslinger mentality. Why do you think
Well, yeah, I think he's playing. I think he's making great decisions. I think he's got great rapport with his skilled players. I think he's seeing the field really well, and I think he's understanding where are those times and places, because it's not like he's not putting the ball, and we're not pushing the ball or doing some different things like that. But I think he's being incredibly smart but aggressive, and it's just like anything else. He's a fine wine. He's just getting better with age, but he's playing really well. He's in total command. Yeah, you like that one. So I think he's going to play for about 10 more years now. So it's, but no, he's doing great. I just think he's in command. I think he's got a lot of trust in his teammates. I think there's just a good rapport, and we want to keep stacking them. We've got another one this week, and we'll try to do a great job of allowing him to continue to play that way. And I'm really happy for Matthew.
We talked a lot this week about the loss of Quentin Lake, and not to mention
Yeah.
that, but what impressed you the most about the way those guys handled that situation?
Yeah, McCreary ended up getting his groin a little bit earlier in the game, so he didn't play as many snaps as maybe we thought he would. But Josh Wallace, all he does is just answer the bell. He's so steady, he's so reliable. You don't ever replace a Quentin Lake. I love, Q, our teammate, his teammates love him, his coaches love him. But I think there's an understanding and an appreciation of, all right, let's have great communication verbally and non-verbally in the noise. Let's not be anything other than who we are. But I thought the guys played really well collectively. It's the best team sport that there is. That's what you love so much about football. Josh did his part tonight, but I thought our defense as a whole was outstanding. But you don't ever replace Q, and I know he was cheering his ass off, watching these guys, as was Higbee, and it was great to be able to have Rob here. Where are you going with this, Gary?
What does it mean to have number one seed, to have control?
Yeah, no, that's a good thing. What we can control is to have a great week of preparation. You guys know me. It's the coaching cliche, but it's the truth. I think our guys have done such a great job of being totally and completely present. I love the way we've responded from some setbacks. I love the way that we've handled a little bit of success. And, through 11 weeks, I'm proud of them. Now let's see what we can do through 12. Let's see how we handle ourselves tomorrow. Let's continue to stack it. And I'm very confident that we're going to give ourselves the best chance to do that, because I'm betting on the people in that locker room, whether it be our players or our coaches. And there's something to be said about not wanting to let those people down when you love them that much. And I think they're doing some really cool stuff right now, but it's through 11 games. We play 17 total, and all we can control is our 13th this week, or 12th. See, I can't even do the math, right? Week 13. All right.
And finally, it is Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
So if we told you at the beginning of the year, it would take you up to this week to be thankful and grateful to be in this spot. I mean, what would you say that's like, hey, this is where we want to
Oh man, you know what? I was thankful way before this week. I'm thankful to be around these people. I'm thankful. There's, we talk about a couple things. We talk about being present, being grateful. Man, I have a lot to be grateful for because of the people that are in my life, and being able to do something that truly fulfills you day in and day out. And what a great challenge it is again this week. But very, very thankful to be a part of this group and being around a bunch of special people. And that's what gives your life some purpose. Thanks, guys.